Hello, everybody. Welcome back for yet another 10-minute investor eye test with Arcanum Ventures. I'm Carmelo, one of the founding partners, and I'm here with my good friend and colleague Sasha, the other founding partner. And today we're going to take 10 short minutes, maybe 11. We don't know. Sometimes we go a little bit over, but we're going to check out Carv. Carv is a DAO with the mission to build a player owned gaming identity that enables achievement display, friends and game discovery, as well as direct monetization. Sasha, how's it going, man? Do you know anything about this? I don't know so much.
I'm good. I don't know anything about this, but I love DAOs. I love everything about DAOs, and I think that DAOs are the future. So I'm excited
Hot
to learn
take.
more about what this DAO is about. And DAOs around gaming are interesting because gaming, especially Web3 gaming, is so community centric. So in a
Hmm.
lot of ways it fits in, but again, I don't know. I mean, like it sounds like they've got DID. It sounds like they've got like monetizing gamer efforts and stuff. So I'm excited to dive deep and see if this is this is worth something looking at investing in after 10 short minutes. And if you're ready, we can go ahead and start the clock.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a deep dive. It's more of a shallow dive. But anybody that doesn't know, we have to fill people in at the beginning of the video. We just take 10 minutes. So we're not making any speculation. Well, we are speculating a little bit. We're not making any judgments. We're just trying to showcase how much due diligence you could possibly do in 10 minutes. So we're not saying it's a bad project or a good project. We're just kind of showcasing what an eye test looks like for real VCs. So
Yeah.
without further ado, I guess we could start the clock and begin that 10-minute time period.
Right? Meow. Okay, 10 minutes on the clock for Carve. And as you said, it's building ID infrastructure focused on gaming. Actually, this crypto rank description is far more narrow than what you had mentioned, but
Yeah.
they've got an IDO happening on the 11th, and by the time this video airs, that'll be passed. I wonder if the listing will happen as well. So it'll be interesting to see like how this stacks up to our analysis. But I see a big name here already, man. Hashkey Capital and Consensus, tier one investors. That's crazy.
Yeah, they have about as good of a cap table as you could possibly hope for as a founder. So kudos to them. I don't know what they did to convince them. They even got, I don't know why they say tier three, but Arweave is not even traditionally an investor, but they've invested. So that speaks volumes about the decentralization and the use case. Like Arweave obviously wants them to build on their chain or in their infrastructure. Sorry. So that's pretty impressive, and I do like the logo too for Carve. By the way, I think it's really
Yeah,
interesting.
I like it a lot actually. It reminds me of Dune, which is it's
A
actually
little
very
bit,
similar. Yeah, yeah. But again, just OKX, Draper, Tribe. This is a crazy cap table. So a lot of
yeah.
validation. They've
I
got
do. Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna say they all I do know about this is that they are going to have a node sale. So Impossible Finance right there. They handled Sophon. They handled Aether, the AI node play. So I think
Mhm.
they're doing quite a. That's their niche right now. They're doing node sales. So Carve is the latest in a to do a node sale, but I have no idea if they're gonna also do a token sale, at least public. So we got to figure that out as well.
Yeah, I guess we will figure that out. And just looking at the numbers again, they've raised 16 million, and it looks like that's possibly against equity and token because I see a Series A here, but a $60 million valuation on the token supply. This is actually a little misleading. Total raise against the valuation because we don't know what the valuation is for the corporate entity that they raised
Yep.
equity against. But that's a high valuation, all things considered, but it might be warranted. And for DID infrastructure, maybe a little bit conservative. So I'm interested to see like what this really looks like. And we'll dive into the website now.
Yeah, I'm keen to see what the nodes are for if they have a token. And obviously, it is a high valuation, but compared to the last one we looked at, which I think was 300 million, it's pretty conservative, all things considered.
Absolutely. Although I think that project wasn't specifically around gaming. This website looks quite fantastic. So they're building the largest modular data layer for gaming and AI. Two things that can fit nicely together, but I wonder what they really are building. And so they've got the protocol, They've got Carve Play, whatever this link is taking us to. Oh wow, is it like a gaming marketplace?
Mm,
Interesting.
no, it looks like a questing platform,
It does look like a questing platform. Okay. Yeah, there's
which
the
is cool.
nodes we talked about. Node
Actually,
off.
no. I mean, it does say games up there, so maybe there is, or there will be a gaming hub as well. I'm interested to know how they're going to monetize and what that modular data and AI layer looks like. Like, what is their target demographic? Who is buying massive data lakes full of gaming data? I mean, I imagine some studios. Oh, Age of Empires 2 is there. Take my
Yeah,
money. Money.
Forza Horizon 5, Ready or Not. These are some notable games, and so obviously they don't own these games, but listing it on their marketplace, which is interesting, right? But we know that the world of gaming has a lot of potential, and there's a lot of money behind gaming, and so the idea of using user-generated data and then maybe AI analytics or insights to build a better business strategy behind taking a game to market can be very effective and lucrative. But it is,
Yeah.
it is quite niche. So we talked about monetization before. Own, control, and monetize your data. I'm assuming that the token exists to essentially pay people out in that
hmm
monetization protocol. But yeah,
So
that's cool.
yeah, and yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. Like building better games with a gaming platform that has, ample players that they can supply their data and then opt in or out for payment. That makes sense. It's pretty cool.
Hmm. Revolutionize your gaming journey with AI. We already know that AI fits nicely into gaming in landscape creation, NPC character improvement, all sorts of different aspects. So, using that is cool. And they said it's modular, so maybe they can just plug and play into existing games, which is quite difficult, I think, to achieve because different studios build different games in different ways. But again, like not a whole lot in the token yet, right? We really need to see what the token's for.
Yeah, and they have a big marketing presence, but I think that's a lot. They're going heavy on the USDT giveaways, which is fine. I think that's pretty accepted, widely accepted as a way to build an early community. With gamers, it's a little bit easier because it's more tangible for your average retail investor or person to understand gaming rather than some superfluous DeFi platform that nobody asked for. Uh, I'm actually curious to see how they're going to integrate this into traditionally non blockchain games. Like Age of
Mm.
Empires has been around forever, and it's not a Web3 game, but obviously they're going to have it on a Web3 platform. So I'm curious to see what that looks like.
Yeah, interesting to see like how they're collecting data from that as well, if they are. But I don't see a whole lot around the token, but I see this docs link here, so maybe we can learn something in a white paper.
As far as gaming data goes, it might be like funneling people trying to figure out what game genres appeal the most, like what the percentage played, like game time play for real time strategy versus first person shooter versus MMORPGs. So that's pretty cool.
This statistic is wild. 90% of the world's personal data has been produced by individuals in just the last 2 years. What? That's crazy. But one thing that I'm a little concerned about, we saw the word DAO being thrown around. I haven't seen anything about DAO yet, but maybe this will give us some
Yeah.
idea. So the modular data layer, we've got Web2 users through authorization providers creating an account, fiat on ramp, and then going in to participate in the Carv ecosystem. So I guess they've got access to the different identity protocol, data storage protocol, execution layer, data processing, AI training, and then maybe being rewarded in crypto to convert those users into Web3 users, or there's a fiat off ramp here as well. So this is interesting. Like they're creating data lakes from user or gamer activity. They're doing a bunch of stuff in the box, and then they're paying people out in rewards. And I'm again assuming that's in their own token.
It looks like verifiers too. I think that might be the nodes or the users that are if you're buying a node, usually you're purchasing the right to earn value, usually through the native token, sometimes through stables. So I don't know what they're going to be verifying. Maybe if this is like a ZK identity play, they're going to be helping to verify people are who they say they are, even anonymously, so they don't have to actually say who they are. It's just you're validated by the machine itself.
And this is very true. And I mean, typically when you hear nodes, you think about some consensus mechanism. You think about like a native
Yeah.
layer one blockchain or even like a layer two, maybe even a roll up. And so I'm not seeing anything about that here, but they do refer to like their different, I'd say products as layers, identity layer, storage layer, etc., execution layer. But it seems like these are just different pieces of the puzzle that are communicating with each other. No actual blockchain layer. But
Uh,
there's node stuff here explained.
Also, they're
Um,
using ERC 7231 as their standard for the ID, which is pretty cool.
mm, yeah. So maintaining the protocol's integrity is what the nodes do. Check primarily check attestation on chain. And so yeah, we know that there's a lot of different um, ways they're taking the nodes to market, node sales, etc.
Yep.
NFT license keys to verify validators. That's interesting and very good.
Yeah, I think we've kind of designed or used that before in some economies we've built. Uh, and yeah, I don't know. I'm still curious to see if they're actually going to allow people to buy the token or just the right to earn tokens like through nodes. I think we saw that with Aether. They just sold nodes, at least in the public and private realms. I don't know about seed, but
Mm,
that's one thing I'm wondering.
that's a good point. Oh man, another quick 10 minutes. And we just got to the utility. Should we cheat? Another minute?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
cheat a little bit. And I would like to just real quick take a glimpse at the Twitter page just to see if they have just to confirm. I think they have a pretty big following, but I'm not sure yet.
Absolutely. Well, here we've got the utility, retail users, premium utilities in the Carv ecosystem, gas payment for multi-chains, gaming asset purchases, etc. So the token is being used as a payment medium. You can purchase maybe NFTs or other assets. It's to incentive to bootstrap the incentive layer, data owners, providers, consumers. So that's worded kind of strangely, but I'm assuming it's the rewards mechanism for people providing data, so what they're being paid in. And then you can convert the token to VCarve with a 1-to-1 ratio through staking. And it's VCarve stands for voting escrow carve. So non-transferable token. That's a good idea. So basically, you're creating a more accountable layer of governance with a non-transferable token, and this is similar to concepts that we've constructed around proof of contribution, historical token rewards being used to power voting rights or voting power in governance protocols. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do it. I like that actually.
Hmm. And 1-to-1 ratio at any time. So if you want to vote in governance proceedings, it seems like you have to lock up your carve to obtain voting rights, and then your carve cannot be liquidated. So that's a great like collateralized accountability structure. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like,
Interesting.
is
Okay.
there like a cooldown period, or can you convert right away back into Carve?
Well, it says I think it said at any time, right? Oh, so vcarve will be non-transferable. So you can essentially convert your carve tokens into vcarve tokens, and then gain voting power from these tokens. But then they're non-transferable. So that's an interesting
Uh,
concept. Dive deeper into that. But you do
yeah, there
gain
is a
reward apparently.
and redemption duration, so there's like a period of claiming as well.
Yeah. And the funny thing about this, again, the thing that we run into like with GameFi token economies is this is Web3 gaming, much of gaming in general is focused on people that are not Web3 savvy. And so a lot of these like complex financial mechanisms are things that these players might have no understanding of or not be interested in at all. So this might be like a
Yeah,
mismatched product market fit.
could be. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think. I don't know what percentage it might be, but not everybody's going to be interested in governance in the platform. Maybe
Yeah.
10% of the people will.
We do have the Twitter up here. We're cheating again a little bit because this is a cool one, but we want to cheat a little bit. But man, ton of followers. It's crazy. And
Yeah. I mean,
not
they're doing
so
a
much
lot of
engagement.
giveaways and they have huge backing. So,
I mean, for like nearly half a million followers, this is not great engagement, honestly. Mm, so
yeah,
yeah.
it's not bad.
Ah
I
man.
think it's
Look at this one though. Really bad. Anyways, we
no,
have
by the end
a
of the tweet ones, they never do well.
yeah, okay. Well, those ratios look strange to me, but let's wrap this up and come out swinging with our verdicts. I'll start this one if you don't mind. Um,
Yeah,
I
yeah, go
think
ahead.
I'm really unsure around the concept of like creating some of this infrastructure for the world of gaming, especially because let's say Web 2 gaming studios getting into crypto, they're going to use infrastructure like this, but they're competing businesses. They don't have a whole lot of incentive to bring in like infrastructure providers that are working with their competitors. And they have more to gain by developing it in-house. A lot of these larger gaming studios have a lot of money. They have a lot of resources to build stuff like this, bespoke to what they need. So I'm not really sure about like how, if there's going to be a lot of market demand for this product. Obviously, it's very hype. There's a lot of amazing financial backers. The cap table looks great. The product is interesting. The token economy is interesting. I kind of like that, and I think that warrants a deeper dive on my end. So that's something that I would want to take a closer look at because the token economy is interesting. It tells me that this might be an asset worth investing in if it makes sense. So yeah, I want to definitely take a deeper dive. I'm going to give it one thumb sideways. The red flags that I saw, of course, are the for me the Twitter, that high number of followers on Twitter, and to my own perception, like the low engagement shows me inorganic marketing, which is not uncommon, but that's a red flag in my mind. And then, yeah, again, just like the business viability, but I think it's pretty cool. I like what they're doing. I like the branding. Overall, one thumb sideways. Will look deeper.
That's fair. I disagree, and I'll tell you why. But first, I'm going to say like and subscribe and leave some feedback below if you appreciate this content or if you disagree or agree. Also, we like to maybe bring on founders to, you know, give their rebuttal to our first initial reactions. So sometimes we do interviews on our Boom Room podcast. So maybe we'll have the founders on if they're open to that. But here's why I disagree. I don't agree with you on Twitter, at least. I think it looks fairly standard. Like they've done a great job, as good as you can ask for, given their partners, their investors. That engagement, it looks totally normal for that amount of people following. And I do tend to agree with you on a lot of the things. Like the product market fit is maybe not the strongest, at least on the surface. But I think again, like the backers see something that maybe we're not seeing. I would, of course, love to dive deeper and see what the big deal is. I like the token economy. It seems like they actually had somebody that knows what they're doing build the economy. I don't know. I still don't know if there's going to be a purchasable token or if it's just nodes. But I like what I see. I didn't see any information about the actual team, which is a little bit alarming, but it is supposedly aiming to be a DAO. So that's kind of typical as well. I think I give it a thumb up. I think there's a lot of potential here. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Not saying I would invest in it, but I would definitely take a deeper dive and potentially purchase some nodes. At least I know I can purchase a node. We were offered node sales, but I didn't see anything about a token. So
Mm.
that's my verdict. Pretty boring, but yeah, well done to the team. It looks like they've done a really great job marketing this and at least sharing what they're all about, what they're doing, what their aim is. Much better than last one we looked at or the last few. So yeah, good job.
Yeah, great job, guys. Best of luck on the node sale launch, the token listing, etc. I think this is a cool one to follow. And as always, thanks to all of our viewers for following. Make sure you tap that like button. Leave us a comment if you disagree or if you got some interesting points. Obviously, we want some feedback. We like this constructive criticism. And until next time, stay safe out there. Ciao, y'all.
Bye.